Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Friday. So did y'all watch the address last night? Trump addressed the RNC. So he formally accepted the Republican nomination for president at the RNC in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It was the final day of the convention and the first time he spoke publicly since the assassination attempt on his life on Saturday at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Now, Trump took to the stage and addressed the crowd in a noticeably softer tone. His aides said he rewrote his speech following the assassination attempt. And of course, his theme was Make America Great Again. Now, Trump slammed President Biden and the current administration, calling them a failure. Let's hear more from President Trump at the RNC.
I am running to be president for all of America, not half of America, because there is no victory in winning for half of America. The current administration, we are indeed a nation in decline. What this administration, the damage that this administration has done, and I say it often, if you took the 10 worst presidents in the history of the United States, think of it, the 10 worst, added them up, they will not have done the damage that Biden has done.
Yeah, so Trump pushed back against Democrats claiming he was a threat to democracy, saying, "I'm the only one saving democracy." Now, Trump laid out what the campaign says is his plan for a new golden age for America. He promised to bring down inflation and end what he called the illegal immigration crisis by closing the border. He also reiterated his claim that the wars in Ukraine and Gaza would have never happened under his watch. He spoke about inflation, saying high taxes are fueling the inflation crisis, along with what he calls the new green scam, saying he will end electric vehicle mandates and promised his policies will help the American auto worker and strengthen the military. Again, he plans to close the border and catch and release policy and finish building the border wall. He also added that he will reignite drilling in the U.S. and make the country less energy dependent. Let's hear more from
Drill,
Trump.
baby, drill.
We must get economic relief to our citizens. Starting on day one, we will drive down prices and make America affordable again. We have to make it affordable. It's not affordable. And I think everybody, as a Republican, as a patriot in this room, and most Democrats, we want people to come into our country, but they have to come into our country legally. I will end every single international crisis that the current administration has created, including the horrible war with Russia and Ukraine, which would have never happened if I was president.
I actually believe him when he says that, though. I mean, just because of how buddy he is with, Putin. And the president of China and the president of North Korea. There's a part of me that believes that, but then there's also a part of me that feels like he would let countries like Russia have their way.
Speaking of tough stuff, he also talked about the assassination attempt on his life, saying that he was only going to tell the story once because it's too painful. Let's hear more on his account of what happened on Saturday.
There was blood pouring everywhere, and yet, in a certain way, I felt very safe because I had God on my side. I heard a loud whizzing sound and felt something hit me really, really hard on my right ear. I said to myself, wow, what was that? It can only be a bullet. And moved my right hand to my ear, brought it down. My hand was covered with blood, just absolutely blood all over the place.
Yeah,
Did you know that the ear bleeds more than any part of your body?
Yeah,
that's what doctors told Trump. That's what Trump told America last night, that the ear bleeds more than any part of your body, more than your organs, more than your head.
Yep.
The ear.
That's what he
Did
said.
y'all know that?
That's what he said.
That's what he said, and he also he went on to say that he's just a special case in that regard, that he was able to survive something like that. He went on to honor the victim of the shooting, Corey Compertor, and did say that he spoke to Helen Compertor's wife. So.
He actually kissed the outfit that was on stage, because they had a outfit, I guess the firefighter's actual jacket and hat and uniform. Yeah, so he actually kissed the uniform when he was on stage.
Yeah,
He
that was,
said that the ear, like he could have died from that.
He said
Yeah.
the ear bleeds more than any part of your body. That's what he said last night. His doctors told him that.
and that he lost so much blood, but again, he's an X factor.
I thought Trump's first 10 to 15 minutes when he was breaking down the assassination speech was hilarious. I thought it was
Extremely dramatic.
Very
it was
dramatic.
so dramatic. I mean, by the way, no. I mean, it was an attempted, assassination
Right.
on his life. So
Right,
yes,
we're not
that
gonna
would
go
be a
from that.
traumatic experience.
No,
But
I
just
meant
the way he
dramatic.
described it,
The drama.
yeah, it was. He did. He hammed it up. It was a warm and beautiful sunny day.
The wind was blowing from the north. Everybody was
so
happy.
happy. We were so happy to be there.
That's right.
Yeah. But even still, like you said, it was still an assassination attempt. So don't want to stay away from that. Yeah. So we'll talk more.
So wait a minute. So Holyfield could have died when Mike Tyson hit his ear off.
Shut up, yo. Yo, shut up. All right.
Yes.
That's front page news.
Yes, Jess. Yes. The rest of his speech was very mid, though. I wasn't impressed. Like I've seen Trump be way more entertaining than that. I've also seen him be more captivating than that. I wasn't impressed by the rest of the speech. Hulk Hogan was way better.
Yeah, maybe a near-death experience will do that to you, though. So.
No, we're not going to do that either now. Because one thing I say, I said this to myself last night. I was like, damn, I want everybody to give each other the grace the media gives Donald Trump. Because in 1 week, it's like the media has forgotten who Donald Trump is and all of the things that he said. Okay, yes, I know he said he's not a threat to democracy, but there's a long list that you can pull up on ChatGPT if you want to that says otherwise. And I don't understand why the media, doesn't reinforce that. Yeah, he can get on stage and say those things, but you still got to remind people of how his actions said otherwise.
Well, we'll talk about it next hour. Morgan, we'll see you in a little bit. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up right now. And I just want to tell you guys, there was a huge Microsoft outage, which is affecting all banks and airlines. So if you have a flight out today, no matter where you're from, give your airline a call because they're saying because of this Microsoft outage, they have grounded a lot of planes. There's a lot of delays. So give yourself a little extra time and make sure you call your airline to see if your flight is actually taking off before you leave the crib this morning, all right?
I give you one word. China.
800-585-1051.
That's China.
Okay. It's the Breakfast Club. Stupid.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back in some front page news. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning. Yeah, so we have breaking news that could impact millions. Microsoft is reporting widespread outages this morning at airlines, airports, banks, and media companies. Hope that doesn't affect us. The issue has the potential to affect, millions. American Airlines, United, and Delta are asking the FAA for a global ground stop on all flights, according to an alert from the FAA. Computer outages have been reported in many countries across the globe, including the airport in Berlin, Germany, and the London Stock Exchange, Google Cloud, and Gatwick Airport in London. Now, the issue is reportedly tied to a cybersecurity firm named CrowdStrike, and they say a defect in a content update for Windows is behind the IT outage that is affecting millions. And they did confirm that the outage is not a cyber attack. So this is a developing story, and I'll keep you guys posted on that.
China.
Shut up,
I'm telling you right now, the Republicans have been talking spicy about China all week, and China decided to tap our jaw. This is a little bit of cyber warfare. It's just a little bit, just to let them know you need to simmer that down. Okay, y'all talking spicy about us all week. Watch this.
Fake news. Okay, no fake news here. Okay, in other news on the other side of the aisle, Democrats, a report says that Barack Obama is telling his allies President Biden needs to possibly step down. The Washington Post says that former President Obama has told associates Biden's path to victory is significantly shrunk and he needs to seriously consider the viability of his candidacy. The Post adds that Obama has been working behind the scenes, taking calls from Democrats who feel anxious about Biden's political future, including one with former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who is said to be one of Biden's closest allies. Now, the Post reports that the Post reports that Pelosi has been talking with Biden's inner circle about low poll numbers. And the New York Times also reported that Biden has begun to accept the idea that he may not be able to win the election in November and may have to drop out of the race. Yeah.
That's the only question that I've been asking for the past year and some change. Is the Biden-Harris ticket a winnable ticket? And if President Obama is saying that he doesn't believe it is, if Nancy Pelosi is saying she doesn't believe it is, if Chuck Schumer is saying he doesn't believe it is, then we should believe them, because we clearly don't believe our own eyes and ears. We haven't believed our own eyes and ears over the last year and a half, so I'm going to believe them. And if Biden drops out, I think it will simply give the party something it doesn't have right now, and that's energy.
But he has to drop out. I mean, but you think about it like this. The people that were behind him show that we're not united, show that we lack trust in him. So he can't. It's better that he does it ASAP now, because now it's to the point where his own people ain't trusting in him.
I don't even think it's a lack of trust that
portion,
people have.
It's growing.
I don't even know if it's a lack of trust that people have. People have a lack of trust that he can win. That's what it is. I don't think anybody has a problem with the job that he's doing. It's the fact that, can he win? They don't think he can win.
Mm-hmm. Well, switching gears a little bit, and NFL Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, he's demanding accountability after being removed from a United Airlines flight in handcuffs in front of his family last week. According to Davis, 6 FBI and law enforcement officials boarded a plane for what the FBI said was a report of a violent assault. The Denver Broncos legend was traveling from Denver to California with his wife and children. He says he simply tapped the flight attendant on the shoulder after a man failed to acknowledge his son asking for a cup of ice. Davis and his wife talked about the incident. Let's hear more from them.
They come right towards me. And at that point, my mind is like, what the heck is going on? I'm in shock that this guy is actually putting handcuffs on me. I was powerless. I couldn't do anything. I would want to know why. Why would you want to ruin a man's life like that? And I didn't want him to answer those questions in front of my children, like look them in the eyes and tell them why they tried to harm, destroy their dad.
Unfortunately, because of the beautiful color of your skin, your experiences in this world are going to be different. And unfortunately, at 13, 11, and 9, you've had an experience.
That's Terrell's wife, Tamiko. She said it was the worst experience of her life, and now they're left trying to help their kids process what happened to their dad. Now, a lawyer for Davis says United Airlines has apologized for the incident, but it's not enough. United has apologized to the athlete and said it removed the flight attendant from duty while they closely review this matter. Of course, Davis is black, and he feels like race played a part in this role. He says he was humiliated by the incident.
I'm sorry him and his family had to go through that, man.
Do we have time for one more, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's say his name, Eric Garner. He's being remembered on the 10th anniversary of his chokehold death at the hands of a NYPD cop. Garner's mother, Gwen Carr, led a march on Wednesday in Staten Island in honor of her son. She was joined by Garner's daughter and cousin in marching to the site where her son was killed as police were trying to arrest him for selling Lucy's, some cigarettes. Now, former officer Daniel Pantaleo was fired, but he was not charged after authorities said he used a banned chokehold on Garner. A video of Garner's final moments claiming he couldn't breathe went viral and triggered widespread outrage and calls for accountability within the within the NYPD, and of course with police across the nation. So this is one of those things we gotta continue to say his name, Eric Garner.
Yes, R.I.P. to Eric Garner, sending his family positive energy, love, and light always. Rest in peace to his daughter, Erica Garner. Just salute to the whole family, man. Sending the whole family healing energy always. 10 years, 10 years go by like that.
Sure
wow,
did.
Right?
My
sure
God.
Did.
And look, where we are now, we've grown so much, right?
That's right.
No.
That's your front page news.
Thank you, Morgan.
You can follow me on socials at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, continue to follow the Black Information Network at Black Information Network and BINnews.com. Happy Friday, y'all.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.